I think that's enough. It's kind of close. I guess I could turn it a little more. This way, back way. There, kind of like that. Kind of. A little bit. I don't know. It just seems like I could get in there a little more. I'm going to try. These things together, right? Okay. That don't look too bad. Okay, yeah, you can see it. That's the important part. Hey, Perry. Hey, Woodchucker. Caleb, what's going on? Glad to see you guys. All right, I'm going to get this going. I got it set up pretty good, and I'll show you guys. Give you a little preview. I made one of these earlier today. Now, one of the things I'm going to do is make the exact same thing over again. Why? Because I've made like 7 or 8 of these, and I've sold every single one of them. And it just hit me this morning. I didn't have one. We had one in the place we sell the stuff, and it's sold. It's gone. So I need to make more of them. And, you know, busy summer selling stuff the next 2 months. So I just decided right off the bat, let's go ahead and make 2 of them. Now, this is red oak. It is no joke. It is a lot harder to carve than white pine and stuff that I normally would carve. So it is what it is. Notice it's kind of weird how I'm going about it. Don't be shocked. That said, hit the like button. I appreciate y'all being in there. Well, we'll try to make short work of this, baby. I definitely did not want to get poked in the foot by that. Oh, you crazy saw you. We're getting basic shape. I have fun with this, and I had fun with the one earlier, but it's oak, and so it is not as easy, but we're going to do the best we can. Y'all just hit the like button. Some ears. That's good. We want our bear to be able to hear. Anyway, hit the like button. This oak is definitely harder to carve. I don't know how much I'd say about physical toll, but because you're holding it up, you know, it's kind of hard anyway. So when I'm earlier today, I try to kind of stop, take a little break here and there, think about it, and then keep going. I'm going to do the same thing today, but it's really more about me resting for a second, just because this is upright. But I'll keep right on it going. Y'all hit the like button. Heck yeah, 23 already. My cancellation price on having to work this hard on a Sunday evening is I've got a little one in cedar in there at the flex shaft ready to go. It's already cut out in shape, and we're going to carve it too when we get done with this one. You guys keep hitting the like button. We'll keep cutting on this baby and see how it goes. This is fun. I'm having a good time. You guys hit that like button. 12 minutes. We got 47 already. That is awesome. Hey, Perry, the Electric Whittler, Dad. What's going on? Ivis Lopez, Tim List Creations. Glad to see you guys in there. All right, we'll keep right on because this is dried pine, usually I would take a saw and I'd go all the way across there and cut that off with the pine. I've made this thing like 8 or 9 times now. This here, you can't do it. This is dry red oak, and you just got to work it down, and that's what I'm going to do. You'll see what I mean. Tap dancer, man. This is awesome. Okay, real quick, I want to look at my what I got over here. Okay, I gouged his eyes out. I'm just trying to remember the way I did the one this morning. I want this one to be exactly the same, and so that's what we're making sure we get. Y'all be sure and hit the like button, and we will keep right on going. If you're a one-legged tap dancer, I'm sorry I said that. really seeing a one-legged tap dancer would be pretty neat, I guess. I don't know. So I'm looking at him. I think I can go ahead and hair this guy now. Round a little bit out and hair him. And then I take him off here, cut this piece out, and we'll go from there. But he's actually got a lot of burr work that goes in this too. And looking in there, I need to gouge this out just a little bit more. So I'll do that too. Nobody wants to see a naked bear, especially not this bear. You don't want to see that. All right, we'll keep right on rocking. Put some gaiters on it. This bear will only wear black. I don't know if he's emu or what the deal is, if that's even such a thing. this dude up and cut the bottom out. We'll knock him on his side, and then we'll pop him back up, put eyes in him and all that stuff. And he'll really start to come to life. But I like making these. I seen, and I don't want to take credit for it. I actually seen somebody had made this. Well, I can't even remember where I seen it now, but somebody had made a piece just, well, you know, pretty much just like this. And I was like, man, I think I can make it. And the next thing I know is all kinds of people making them, me included. You know, but it's a pretty cool piece. I don't want to take credit for coming up with the idea. And I'll tell you what, everybody says, well, you shouldn't make something with somebody else's idea. Let me tell you something. Here's the bottom line on that. Who made the first wood spirit? Do you know? Who? I bet you it wasn't Jordy Johnson or DeLand's Woodworking, whoever made the first wood spirit. And yet those guys make wood spirits, don't they? You see what I'm saying? Yeah, in other words, don't let anybody tell you. You make whatever the heck you want to make. And the bottom line, art is art. People make art all the time. The biggest piece of flattery is, what the heck did I do to this thing? I screwed it up. Biggest piece of flattery is when somebody makes something, copies what they see somebody else make because it looks so good. Then I'll tell you, this thing is wore out, and I'm about tired of fighting it. But you'll have it. Oh, yeah. Well, you shouldn't copy other people's ideas. All right. Well, let me ask you. Who carved the first bear with a chainsaw? Do you know? I ain't got the slightest. But people do it all the time, and nobody says nothing. So don't ever and it's two things that you got to know. Don't ever let anybody tell you, don't copy what somebody else did, because there ain't no such thing as original anymore. And number two, sell your stuff for what you want to sell it for. If somebody says, oh, you're selling it too cheap. Bull crap. You're just starting out carving this stuff. You sell it for what you want to sell it for. Don't let somebody put pressure on you to do what they think you should do. What you got, boss lady?
I don't know.
Huh? Oh, am I getting wound up, you think?
Yes.
I don't mean to. Okay, anyway, I got to keep going. You got something to do? She's waving at you with the working glove, or she's out here doing flowers and
With
stuff.
pink, of course.
All right. I got to keep going. People don't want to hear me talk. I don't know how to take this guy. He's a little out of control. Maybe they should put him in the nut house. All right, I'll give it that. Just make sure they let me at least take a Dremel tool with me and a pencil. How about a pencil so I can draw stuff? And you know, somebody, man, I like making flowers and stuff. Oh, yeah, I like to carve flowers. And I don't like it when people cramp my style because I'm the only one that should be carving flowers. Oh, wow, 6,000 years ago when man was created. Man, this dude, he's Angel. I don't know if y'all ever heard of him. He's called God Almighty. He designed a flower And then somebody started carving it. And then somebody started carving it again. Somebody said, oh man, but nobody carved my style. I'm the only one that's allowed to make flowers. You see what I'm saying? That's bull crap. Okay, don't ever let anybody tell you anything differently. And you can sell your stuff for whatever you want to sell it for. If you only want $10 for that, you might be a little screwy, but get it. I sell this piece for 10/10s, and I still think that's too cheap, but I ain't telling anybody how to do it. We're done with the chainsaw carving part of this. We are by no means done. We got a lot to do. Man, you think all that freaking money I've made off of YouTube in the last year, I'd be able to buy myself another jaw wax, wouldn't I? Man, it really ain't that much, folks. Trust me. But it sounds good. Let's burn this dude. Burn her. Everyone likes that part. Burn her at the stake. Let's do it. You hear that? I can't hear it. I should have it. Y'all hear something? Oh my God, this is hot. Can you hear that? I'm not sure what it is. Hey, look, song good fun. Oh, I'm not gonna get too far away from carried away with burning him yet, but he's gonna be burned in the end anyway, so it don't matter that much. You gotta go on fuzzy to burn off. Be a rebel nowadays, I'm gonna tell you how to do it. You want to be a rebel nowadays, care about people. And yeah, that's what I said. Care about, not don't care about. Care about people. You want to be a rebel nowadays, care about people. You want me to say that again? If you want to be a rebel nowadays, care about people. Why do I say that? Care about people? You be a rebel? Because nobody cares about nobody. And that's pretty, they care about themselves, you know, and oh yeah, I'm all willing, all knowing, I know everything, whatever, I'm the rocket scientist. If you want to be a rebel nowadays, care about people other than yourself, because that is in short supply. And yes, this has been another how to live moment now. Okay, I'm changing these bits out and I'm getting my eye tools ready, but in hindsight, I think I want to do the muzzle first. And then I learned today that if I do this in 2 pieces with this man paw, I'm a lot happier with the results. And so let's do the mouth and nose first. We'll go ahead and draw that in. It's already there, but we're going to draw it in with this. So we'll draw that in and draw the nose, the mouth in, and then go from there. Okay, I need this cord. And that phone ought to be charged enough. It shouldn't matter anyway. If you're wondering what I'm using an iPhone 14. And just everybody's using the same crap. It's just the way it is. But, you know, somebody might ask and someone cares, you know. Hey, I wonder what that guy uses to record his stuff. I don't know. He's a jerk. All right, okay, well, he's a jerk. Yeah, that's it. Hit the like button. If you like this, if you like what you're seeing, if you had a heart at all, you'd hit the like button. At least that's my opinion. Okay. I am opinionated. What do you guys think? Just like that, he can smell and he can talk, but he can't see yet. So we got to fix that part up. Let's give this guy some eyes. And I do that in 2 stages. At least that's what I learned today was the most effective way to make these eyes. And I'm going to show you. So we're using this first. We're using a man paw. I don't know what size it is. I use redneck sizing. That says we're going to gouge that in. And you just have to see. Just patience. Patience over at the window. Right? Okay. All right. Now we're going to switch bits, and we're going to do the smaller bit. And now you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. It's just neat. I mean, how this comes out. And it just saves you doing, you know, you could do some more eye work to make the eyes look a little more realistic. Ooh, that's hot like fire. Ooh, man, I'm telling you. You all heard that little guy scream. I feel so bad the way I torched him. It's like abuse, you know. I mean, and then the ASPCA and PETA's going to show up because I was burning a barrel torch, and then they get her on this piece of wood, and they'll feel like salt. All right, anyway. Now this one, I really take it home. You see how that gives you some eye around there? There you go. Now, I got to cut some of that down a little bit with that pointy burr. Clean that out just a little bit. And that looks good. I mean, it looks all right, you know, fancy. Not too fancy. Somewhere in the middle. You know, somewhere between fancy, not fancy. Brooke Shields, you know, meets, man, I don't know. Trying to think of some fat guy. Chris Farley. How about that? All right, Brooke. This is Brooke Shields meets Chris Farley. That's what you're looking at here. somewhere in the middle, right? That's what I got. Hey, 202 likes. How long have we been on here? Man, you guys are awesome. I ain't even been on here 40 minutes yet. Man, this might be the best live ever. Okay, let's find out. Sorry I can't see, or you can't see, but I can't help it. Yeah, let's cut that down a little bit. Very good. And actually, I'll sand that. I'm going to go ahead and do one more burn on this piece here. Get the barrel all burnt because we got to clean the muzzle, this set here, clean all this out, clean the ears out. Once it's burned, and all this has got to be sanded nicely. So let's burn it. I mean, I think that's everybody's favorite part anyway, is the burn. Man, what do I do with my striker? Did y'all got my striker? Who's got my striker? I see you. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Here it is. Don't you love the sound of that? Now watch, when the fire is going, the views go up. Ah, that was not. That's been wrong. Well, I've been wrong before. Do you remember the last time you were wrong? No, not really. Why is that? That ain't never happened. Oh, okay. Okie doke. Here comes the finger sander. And let's see if we can clean the muzzle up around the muzzle. What should be light colored. I got to put a mask on for that though, because I'm going to be sanding. This next two phases is going to be sanding, and so I have to. You won't be able to understand what I'm saying, and that's all right. Y'all used to that. All right, let's get done. Got to check, make sure there wasn't no brown recluse spiders in my mask. Man, wasn't that suck? I'll tell you what, I gotta take these glasses off and go to a clear safety glass. Not because I feel like I need the safety glasses, but because I can't see. It's too close. And I need something over my eyes to protect them. And my glasses ain't cutting it because it's too close for my face. How about that? That's what happens when you get old. My youngest, 16, she's like, yeah, Daddy's a boomer. Shut up, little girl. Daddy's a boomer. I'll tell you what, when she's gonna be smarty pants, I am not nice. I'm like, you better check your oil in your car, girl. You blow it up, I ain't buying you another one. She's a good kid. My boy's a good kid. They're good kids. that's pretty good. Not too bad. They've got a little bit of a 5 o'clock shadow, you know. It just seems like I could probably get that a little better, but I'm all right with it, really. So I gotta sand the tree part of this, and I have to use this tool again to clean these edges a little better, like especially in this corner. But I want to hit it with the flat disc first, because the flat disc could get most of it without me even having to jack it. I'll tell you what, I'm really looking forward to. The next step is we're going to carve a piece of cedar at the flex shaft, and I'm really looking forward to doing that too. I think that's going to be a really good time. 265 likes, boy, I sure appreciate that, guys. Be sure and hit that like button if you haven't already. That's really awesome. I'm giving you guys an idea. So I'll live stream again tomorrow, and then I won't be back again Friday, which I think is the last Friday of the month, actually. But anyway, I'm going to carve another Highland cow in a log tomorrow. Oh, and I got to show you guys what happened to the Highland cow that I carved last night. So before I undo that, and finish the bottom, which I know I can finish with just a flat disc. I want to get that sanded. Let's get with the finger sander. Get in there with those grooves that I couldn't get to with this here. At least that's the plan. Let me pop that out and do that. And I can't wait to move on to this next carving. I think that's going to be every bit as fun, if not funner. So it's a piece of cedar, and that piece of cedar is actually a 1/4 inch cooking board. It's a disposable cooking board, and yeah, no more than I got there. I'll just lay it flat and do it real quick. There's that. All right, so voila, there's what we got. That's the second one of these I made today, and I think it looks pretty good. Let me set this up there, but we're going to do a third one. Let me set this one up here next to that one, and you guys get an idea. Let me take this mask off, and then I can't wait to do the next one, because I think it's going to be fun. So it's a piece of cedar. Here's the story, and she's out here so she can hear me talking about it, and she'll laugh. She might defend herself, and she'll laugh. It's hard to say. But the boss lady has a addiction. She has an addiction to buying. So here's the one we just did. I got them both sitting up in there. She has an addiction to like shopping the clearance aisles and buying stuff we really don't need, but it's like, well, it's a good deal, so she buys it. Well, anyway, so here's the story on this. She bought these little cedar cooking boards because they were like $1, okay? Granted, they were like really cheap. And she's like, well, yeah, but you know, you could use them to cook steaks and stuff, and oh, they'd be pretty neat, you know. You ought to try them out, see if you like them or not. If so, you can start buying them. They were only $1, and it was such a good deal, I just had to get it, even though we never needed these before in our lives. And somehow we've survived the last 47, 8 years without having it, but I thought we had to have it now. So anyway, you guys know how it is. I mean, if you're married, you know, and you women here are probably saying, I cannot believe that guy's saying that stuff. My wife used to. She knows I'm just clowning with her. And besides that, she'll probably rub donuts all over my face while I'm asleep. You know what I mean? I'll wake up and the dog will be licking me. And she knows how to get back at me. Right, boss lady? See, she's creeping up behind me now. Anyway, all right, let's go in here and let's do this fun one. I mean, we got to get the views back up. 180. So I cannot believe that though. 305 likes, man. That's pretty good. Okay, let's get this piece here. What do you think, boss lady?
I think maybe I should go make a hot pot of grits.
Hot pot of grits? Yeah, I'm not sure what you're going to do with that because I ain't going to eat it. Okay, hold on a second. Let me set the phone down. I got to get my charger plugged back in because it's not, I don't think it would survive long enough to cut this out, but we'll find out. I should have been better prepared. You know how it is. Ah, Caleb had to leave. Hey, I'll see you, buddy. Hey, be sure if you haven't checked out Caleb, be sure to check him out. Woodchucker Caleb, Woodchucker Chainsaw Carver. Funny dude. He's making some pretty cool stuff. And he's just an all-around nice guy. Really like him. In fact, I'm going to do a post on one of his videos here in the next couple of days. And something that's really cool that he's doing so y'all can see it. So here's what we got.
My seasoned cooking board.
Yeah, there's a seasoning cooking board that I was a jerk. And I turned it into one of these bears. And Ray from Ray and Sandy's Woodworking was so nice and generous. He gave me this older scroll saw that he had that worked perfectly fine. And I used the scroll saw to cut out the basic shape already. And as you can see, it looks just like the carving we just got done doing.
Does it smell good?
Yeah. You want to smell it?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, smell it. Smells pretty good. That does smell good, doesn't it? What do you think?
I think you could have put some fish on there and cooked.
Get out of there, Jake.
Look, it even says meat right here. I don't know if y'all can see that.
What happened?
It says meat. M-E-A-T. Yeah. Meat.
Little Jake, come on, go back to bed.
Oh,
okay,
like
all right.
Jake.
You like little Jake? Yeah, he's cute. I think I burned him too much. Okay, I'm gonna turn my fan on here and get it going. Knock this baby out. All right, so you guys tell me what you think of this when it's done. I mean, it's already cut out, but it's going to be pretty neat to make this with a flex shaft. I think that's going to be pretty cool. I'll probably better stick about that size. And it's funny, what's going to happen is people are going to come in here and they're going to say, hey man, he was just chainsaw carving that. I want you guys to tell him he put it in some liquid and it shrank. That's what I want you to tell him. Okay. Hey, Miss Francis, baby kisses, June's House of Crafts. What's going on? Glad to see you, ladies. Heck yeah. Let's get it done. Wife left me alone. I say at some point in time I might get hit in the head with a pie. If you see like some, you know, like some whipped cream on the table all of a sudden, you know she got me. Okay. All right. Let's get this baby running. An eye burr. We're going to need a eye burr, but not yet. I don't think we're going to need any kind of extreme burrs or anything like that. I think we're ready. We'll just end up using this course to get started, clean it up. Now, this is cedar. I have never carved cedar anything, so I don't know. I hear it's the best, absolute best wood there is in existence for carving. I have no idea. Never carved. Let's find out. All right. Take this little eye bit out. Put this thing in there. Let's see what we got. Tell me, who have you ever seen on YouTube that goes from chainsaw carving to flex shaft carving, a totally different project in the same line? I've never seen it. if it did break and I had to do something, I would probably try to finish it with that old Dremel 395 I've got. But anyway, if you're just popping in, be sure and hit that like button. We appreciate you guys being in there. Hey, Dave Collier. Hey, Plywood. What's going on? Creation Does 777, the best chainsaw carver in the world. Be sure to check him out. I just posted a short that he put out this morning of an eagle he made, a long form video from back in last winter, and that thing is just absolutely stunning. If you have not seen Creation Does short or long form video about that eagle with the salmon, you gotta see it. It's just fantastic, absolutely beautiful, one of the most beautiful pieces of chainsaw art you'll ever see. far? Looking all right? Not too bad, not too good? That's kind of where I'm at with it. Not too bad, not too good. Let's see if we can get 350 likes. We only got 9 more likes to get if we'll have it. You know what? I think if I did that with, it might be more effective to go to this one, which I practically never use. I think that might be the more effective version of that. Let's find out. I just know it's cute, super cute. I'll tell you what, I think next week is the last live of the month. And anyway, I'll whoever the winning member is. Get my head in the shot, and I know you guys don't like that, so there we go. Hey, we're 1 like away from 350 likes. See how it looks? Let's give this guy some eyes. That's what's really left. Other than coloring is the hair and give him some eyes. So go ahead and do the eyes and then give him some hair. So I think I want to try to use that same effect that I was doing the last time. But it needs to be 2 burrs bigger. So I need that one, put this one back. There's some blues in it. We'll go with this one for the, is that too big? Yeah, I don't know, it's pretty big. Yeah, let's do it. We're going to use this for like the, it's just going to be like in the eye socket. Kind of define it. That's what I'm doing. Be a little big, but I don't think he looked bad. Maybe he looks like he's had a late night and stayed up too long. How about that? Probably how I look. Not too good. Pretty good. You can see now. That's important. I'm going to give this guy some hair, and I'm not sure what I want to use to do it yet. Not really. I can use a real coarse burr. Just rub on it. I don't know. Let's see how that goes. Try that first. I just have to put it in a stroke at a time like you would with a chainsaw or try not. first. Actually, I probably ought to sand first because I might move the sand and take out all that fine work of using that bit to do it. That worked out really good for that hair, right? Get this little sand disc in there. I hope everybody's doing pretty good. I'm having a good time. I don't know about you guys. We have the 375 likes. Hey, Susie Q, Kevin, Dorica, Perry, the Carving Wizard, mainly off-grid. What's going on, guys? Glad to see you. And there's Miss Francis, Beating Crazy. Baby Kisses, one of my all-time favorite, whatever you are, Baby Kisses, the person that watches me, but also a carver. And Plywood, man, Plywood's awesome. And who else we got here? Hey, Matt Cars, who's one of the inspirations for me taking up this is Matt. Because Matt is so good at it, and he's so enjoyable to watch. Cuts all fine detail burr. It's kind of a cone. If you look at it close, it's kind of a cone. And that's the goal. I want to use that piece, kind of go down the middle and clean that up real good. Man, 383. We might get the 400 likes. That is my all-time. I'm already at my all-time high for live stream likes at 383. I'll take as many as I can get though. If you get that like, you'd be helping me establish the first even more, and I like more even numbers. So as good as 383 is, 400 would be even better. If you can help me out with that, I sure appreciate it. Whoa, now look at that. You see it? What happened? I don't even see that thing right, did I? Nope, I didn't. So I gotta try to clean it up. Yeah, 14. What do we got? 13 likes to go to 400. Man, that'd be awesome to hit that. You guys can help me out with that. Achieve all-time high. Actually, it's already, like I said, it's already all-time high. But 400 would be pretty amazing, that's for sure. All right. least I think it's super cute. You guys might think it's hideous. And that's alright. I mean, you could. I mean, I can't complain. I think he's pretty good. I like him enough I want to paint him. How about that? I got the stuff here to do it, I believe. And so, since I'm done with the carving part of him, let me set all this stuff off to the side. I got to take this apart. Every now and then there's a jump in it. And I don't know if there's a bearing in here or if that shaft needs greased or maybe it's starting to get a twist in it. I don't know. I know the only way I'm going to find out is to take it apart and look. And so this week I'll figure it out. I got an extra one. Man, it just dawned on me. I said I was going to show you guys what happened to that Highland cow. And but let me get this in some paint first. And then I'll say, it's going to be easy. I mean, the bear gets painted black. I mean, that's pretty much the extent of it. I might put some stain on that. I don't know. But I know the bear needs to be painted black. Because that's the way we make black bears. Just in case you're wondering, we're 100% black bears. Grizzly bears are, you know, they eat people and stuff. So I just see them stick with the, hey, you know, black bears eat people too, I think. I just think they just kill you. I don't know. I'm not going to try to act like I know. How about that? Let's see what we got. Okay, zoom out a little bit. And hey, man, 5 away from 400 likes. That's awesome. That's awesome. How long we been on here? Man, not even 2 hours. Not even close to 2 hours. Heck yeah. Appreciate you guys being along with me on this journey. I gotta say, my YouTube journey has been pretty cool. I never expected it to go like it's went. I come in here, made a YouTube channel about something I don't know how to do, and I'll learn as I go. I'll show you guys what I did, and here we are. I would say, I'm just guessing, we probably just crossed 14,000 subscribers during this live stream. If we didn't, it's going to be really, really close. And I'm pretty happy about that. All right, come on, stay on the line. You're not in a hurry. I don't know if you guys can see my head or not. I'll try to keep it so you can't see my head. Okay. Yeah, anybody wants to look, let me know what it looks like. I just wonder, did we cross that 400, that 14,000 subscriber mark? I just kind of wondered. I'll keep popping up in my head to see if anybody found out. I wouldn't be shocked. It was pretty good. We started out 13,872. $14.2. Wow. That means I've added what? 300 something? Wow. That's crazy. I appreciate you guys. You guys in the tribe, man, that's really been here along with this. Matthew, you one of them. Perry, Creation Dust, of course. I mean, me and him, I'll tell you guys, if you haven't noticed, I mean, I just come right out and out with it. I don't know how Josh feels about this, but I feel like my success and his success are kind of tied together. And if you haven't noticed, and I'm sure all of you in the tribe have noticed, we actually work pretty good together. There ain't a whole lot of people, when it comes right down to it, on YouTube, that once they have a little bit of success, they're generally all about themselves. We have not had that. We have worked together closely with what's working for us. Hey, I see what you're doing, what you do here or there. And it's worked for both of us. And we just had an amazing journey because of it. I think that, you know, it's because we have some bonds of different, you know, different things. I mean, most notably, are both being followers of Christ. And, you know, that being an important part of our life. You know, we both kind of have some things in common ground. And many people might have the same common ground, but, you know, these things matter, and they help. And you know, you have somebody that you relate to that well, and you can work together. There's just not a whole lot of people, especially creators, people like, you know, people in art and things of this nature. If you're doing this, you're wanting to get attention on what you're doing somehow. Anybody says their hope and dream isn't to, be a YouTube, whatever you are, in our case, chainsaw carver, or, I'm kind of mixed thing. He's a real deal chainsaw carver. And, your hope is, hey, to have some success about it, to where you might be able to make that a really big part of your living, what you do for income, how you survive. Anybody says that's not why I'm here, there's some people, Baby Kisses. Baby Kisses said, I'm not here to be a YouTube, to make money posting stuff on YouTube. She's telling the truth. She's not really, she is very selfless, an awesome person. She's not interested in any kind of self-promotion or anything like that. And she does post some stuff, but it's for our enjoyment, and that's always pretty awesome. But for the most part, if you're on YouTube, yeah, you sure like you like sharing what you do. That's how I started. I'm like, hey, I just want to do it, see how it goes. I know a guy that was successful, YouTuber. He did so good. I used to work with this guy, and he did so good that he was able to retire from doing what I do for a living. And he was my counterpart in Toledo. And he was able to retire from that altogether. And he's a day trader in the stock market and crypto and things of that nature. And made a YouTube channel about it. And he had massive success. Now, anybody that says they wouldn't like to have that, with the exception of a few people, like Baby Kisses, a lot of us just like to share. And that is true. Some of us on here to share. But deep down, you guys know, and I know, and we all know, it'd sure be nice if, hey, I got to call my employer and say, hey man, I'm doing so good with this other business I started that I've been doing on YouTube and maybe other platforms that I'm going to be doing that full time now. So appreciate you. Anybody says that's not true, but very few people are being honest if they say that's I'm just here to share stuff. And I get it. I'm just here to share stuff too. And I hope that I share stuff so good that maybe someday this will be full time gig. And if it ain't, heck, I'm doing pretty good doing what I'm doing now. It's fine, But it's just been a really cool journey so far. September 21st of 2025 will be 2 years I've been on this YouTube journey, and just absolutely having a blast, and getting to have some fun doing it. I got told, somewhere along the road, people start wanting to give you stuff, and all you got to do is talk about it or make a video about it, and that's came true. And did you see what I just did? Hey, let's thumbprint. License and registration. Okay. That's what happens when you're Adler. Oh man, don't put it on the nose. You don't leave out alone. I like this piece. But it's been pretty cool. And I gotta say that, it has really been. And I'll tell you guys something else too. We are a tribe of people that work together. If you want to know what I'm doing that's working for me, email me. I'll tell you. I don't have a problem with telling anybody anything. And actually, you guys haven't figured this out already. Josh, he's the same way. It's, I don't know. I don't know what else to say. There's really nothing to hide. Let's talk about something else. How about them reds? What a phrase in there. How about them reds? He lives down there. He lives close to just Cincinnati address. He lives down there in Milford. Oh, little sawdust in there. I probably should have played this thing out a little bit. This thing, I'm just really happy with this thing. This is really cool. But I gotta tell you guys straight up, and this is from the heart. The highlight of my day is to get on here on YouTube and carve something, or get to watch somebody else carve something when I have time. Guys, this time of year, because we have shows, and plus it's also my busy time at work, I don't have as much time as I had in winter time. But I look forward to at least getting to pop in and say other people. Like tomorrow, I'll get to pop in and say hi to Perry Lowe Jr. He's a good carver, knife carver, and the Dremel carver, and I get to pop in and say hi to him tomorrow. I don't know if I get to watch, but you know, maybe a few minutes here and there. There's other people on here in the tribe that just absolutely awesome people as well. The Electric Whittler, who has the absolute best mail calls of anyone ever that ever puts anything. Yeah, plywood, puts funny stuff on there that he sees during the day. You know, Cheech, I call him Cheech. Mr. Tim Reed, Grumpy's Laid Back Carvings. You know, he makes some neat stuff with turning wood. Mostly makes roach clips. And don't get me wrong, I ain't doesn't. We all need medication of some sort, and whatever works for you. He makes a lot of roach clips. And yeah, of course, we got Woodchucker Caleb, man. He's new to this group, really hadn't been in it very long, but he said how much impact it has had to become part of this group of people that I personally was so fortunate to stumble on myself. And you know, of course, making the friends we've made has came out really good for me, for Creation Dust, that we've met these same people, and then we keep meeting other people on here. And some of them people, you know, they find out, hey, you know, that guy, he really likes this guy over here. You know, they're pretty good friends, and you know, they like to, or you know, this guy promotes this guy a lot because they like each other. You know, they kind of do the same thing. Only the one guy's really good at it, and the other guy, he's, you know, he might be funny and all, but that's about it. He's okay at that other stuff. But you know, talking about the difference between me and Josh. Josh is awesome, and I'll tell you what, he deserves to have 150,000 subscribers. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, and they are on a roll right now, and it is awesome. And I'll be the first one to tell you, I've been trying to copy what he's doing, and it is helping me. And he will tell you the live streaming, man. He sent me an email back about this time. It was in August. He sent me an email in August of last year, and it said, we've been noticing you've been getting some pretty good views live streaming. What are you doing? And we talked about it, what we were doing so far, and little did we know there was a lot more to it, and that we would slowly figure out how to do it. And that's been pretty fun. It's been a pretty fun game. That said, if you're a YouTube creator, there's all kinds of other YouTube creators that have figured out this same thing. And the more of them you got, the less likely you are to stand out. So it kind of is what it is. But do what you love. And that's the first thing right there. Find what you like. Let it kill you. Enjoy it. If you don't love doing something, that ain't worth doing. I don't care what it is. You can develop love for things, but for doing certain things, but I just knew this was super meaningful, extracurricular thing to do. For a lot of people who agree, this is part of their, helps for their mental health as well. Make this stuff, I mean, that thing is coming out really cool. I'm on the most touchy part of it, but 414 likes, man. I keep getting greedy and saying, man, what about 1425? What if we get to 1425? Another thing I found though, about this is if you do stuff like, what did you see me do tonight? And I had never seen anybody do what I've done tonight. And I've chainsaw carved, then I come in here and flex shaft carved, and now I'm painting. I've never seen anybody do that. You know, have that many different things going. Not like it's a bragging thing or anything. I'm doing stuff I ain't never seen nobody else do. And you go, oh, I seen so and so do it a couple times. Okay, I didn't know. Sorry. You know, not trying to keep my own horn on. I didn't know. Heck yeah, that's really cool. I love it. He's looking good. I leave that little bit unpainted above the muzzle. Did that on purpose. Should have figured that. I'll tell you, it's tricky. What's tricky is I'm trying to keep my head out of the shot because Josh was telling me it causes a blur, and still be able to see over this thing with my fading close vision. That's good. Needs to go. But to try to see it without getting in the shot, that's a little tricky at times. That thing is so cute. If you disagree, you're just wrong. I don't care. Heck yeah. I'll tell you another guy that I have gotten close to is Matthew, the Happy Curmudgeon. I met him over to Chainsaw Carver's Rendezvous, and think highly of the guy. He's a really good carver. His wife's real nice too. That always helps when you get a nice wife. If you get a mean wife, you just never know. And I ain't saying she's mean, but I know DeLan's wife gave him the double fingers that one time. And I gotta tell you, if the boss lady gave me the double fingers, I'd be kind of upset. You know, but he's probably used to it. He probably deserves it. Who knows? But I like DeLan. He's pretty good. DeLan. I gotta listen to Suzanne. And there, I'll tell you what, there's like a little sister. Suzanne has become like a little sister to me. And she might not like that. I don't know. You'd have to ask her. But that's how I see her. I really like her. Her abilities is unbelievable too. Alright, there we go. I think that looks pretty good, other than I screwed it up, got a little bit of black hair. And I mean, I guess I could run the brush down its cracks a little bit. Maybe that's the same. It's not really good. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's not. Just dry brushing. Bring my oil. See if I can stay in. Oh, look at that. Well, we're screwing it up now. Maybe that's just a stop on my head. What do you think? I think that looks pretty good. That's not too bad, not too good. That's what I think. Okay, let me clean this brush up a little bit. Who else we got in there? Let's see. Artsy Doodles. Heck yeah, hey. All right, Susie Q said, feeling is mutual. Now, I got to tell you guys, hey, I like Tim List too, man. He's a good dude. But guys, I would be lying to you if I didn't say I had a favorite. I have a fan that has been my fan. Hey, John, I like you too, but you're still not on this list. Hey, there he is. I have a fan that has been a fan from day one, and that is Michael S. Superfan. And Michael is my favorite, and he deserves to be my favorite. He has been my #1 fan from day one, as far as I'm concerned. What do you guys think of that? That's super cute, isn't it? Heck yeah. Wow. Oh, look at that. Maybe let's paint the eyes. I don't know. I'll leave it alone for now. It ain't that important. But, sorry everybody else. Michael S. Superfan. He is the one. He is the very first person I ever realized, I'll be darned, I got a fan. And it was Michael. And hey, he ain't been nothing but close. We haven't been nothing but close ever since there. Heck yeah, Susie got it right. His whole family is awesome. Belinda and little baby Brooklyn. Heck yeah. So I want to show you guys, and actually I meant to get back with Belinda about this carving. And hey, it's raining. I'll be darned. But anyway, what happened was, so Belinda, Michael, you can tell Belinda this. So I dropped it in the pool, and I just like I was tired. It was last night, you know what I'm saying? I was tired, late night, and all that. It's life, you know. And so I dropped it in the pool, and I said I'll get it tomorrow. I get up this morning, and I go to get that wee little thing, you know. I mean, it's about that big, and I'll be darned. You ever seen them? Like you throw it in the pool, it sucks up all the water and it gets bigger. You know what I'm talking about? Look at this thing. Look how big it is now. That was the same one that I just flex shaft carved last night. And look, he sucked up all that water and look how big he is. Can you guys believe how big that got? Show her, Michael. I mean, it fell in the pool. It must weigh 400 pounds. I mean, the thing is just insane. I can't believe how big it got. I'm going to have to let it dry out for a couple weeks, see if it shrinks back down. And if you believe that, I've also got some land real close to Chucker in Arizona that's beachfront property. Anyway, okay, no, seriously, we'll go in here and look at this thing. And heck, I don't know where my glasses are. I have a hard time finding them without them. Okay, anyway, let's see. Here it is. It's sitting over here. Look at this little guy. He's pretty cute, ain't he? Hello, everybody. Hi, Belinda. Hope you can see me. Hi, little Brooklyn. See, he's saying hi. He's a nice guy. He can't beat that, you know. Raccoon, trash can, panda. And that's a mushroom from yesterday. But anyway, what a good time. 423 likes. That is insanely all-time high. Anyway, here, let's get back to this guy. We got this little guy here. We'll set him on the table. Of course, you guys know Jake. And Jake... And little Jake still needs his nose painted. And but anyway, he's doing all right. The same thing with Jakelyn. Jakelyn needs her nose and her eyes painted and her mouth painted. And she needs her dress painted. I'm not sure what color to give her. You know, she's fairly conservative chick. So I wasn't thinking about going with, you know, like red, you know, turn on your red light, Roxanne. I wasn't thinking anything like that, you know. But anyway, we'll have to consider with the painter, maybe yellow. We got to talk about that big cow. Yeah, I heard that. Michael, I can tell you right now, with all these shows I got coming up and stuff, I can't do it right now. I need to save everything big I possibly can to sell. October. Talk to me in October. I can make these things every day. For me, for whatever reason, those Highland cows is easier to carve than a bear. I ain't got an answer, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? But hey, talk about this lid. I made this today. Paint the white on it. I tell that guy ain't cute. Why I was so impatient and use that green, I don't know. But I suppose you could fix that with a little marker, a little something like that. All right, well, I guess that's what we got. 426 likes, and we got a whole pile of stuff over here. So this coming Friday, I think, is live. If you're a live stream for members. You know, I mean, everybody can be in it, but members can win something. And I think it's going to be one of these. I haven't glued the nose on that guy yet, but I think your options is going to be whoever the winner is going to be between this guy, this bass, and maybe Mr. Rusty's carving. I don't know. I've actually thought about sending that to him. I'm still trying to decide if I like him enough to give him that. I don't know. You know, ever since I figured it, he was flying the drone and looking in Suzanne's swimming pool. He makes me a little nervous. I don't know if I'd want to give him my address. Anyway. All right, that's right. Anyway, that's all I got, guys. And then tomorrow, I'm gonna do another high and cow tomorrow. I don't know if I'll make it through the whole thing, but I'm planning on right now live streaming that. We'll see how it goes. I got to go over and get some of that 1.5-inch dowel, which really works out really good with these 3-footers. But that's all I got. And until tomorrow, come back when you can stay later, ya schmucks.